Hi there, I'm Elaine Gardner, the founder of DesignYourHealthyLife.com. Welcome to my new free video series, Food Freedom. Many years ago, I struggled with significant health challenges. While I was not aware of it at the time, my lifestyle had a lot to do with how I got into trouble, and I'm sure that food was a major contributor. I routinely skipped meals and made poor choices when I did eat. When I was in high school, a typical day would start by skipping breakfast. The school lunch food was unappetizing, and one of the only things I remember having any appeal was French fries, so that was my usual lunch. After school, I had gymnastics practice for a good chunk of the year, and I'd often get a soda from the vending machine before or during practice. So I went most of the day with very little food, and what I did consume had no nutritional value. My dad was disabled and unable to work during that time and took over evening kitchen duties while my mom was working full-time. His intention of taking over dinner preparation so my mom wouldn't have to cook when she got home was super sweet and really admirable. But he didn't enjoy cooking, and he didn't seek to become skillful at it. He had a tendency to overcook everything. So we had tough meat and mushy vegetables with boiled white potatoes or white minute rice most nights. It lacked taste, and it prevented some serious issues with texture for me. I do think I ate what he prepared, but probably only enough to avoid lectures and disapproval. In hindsight, it's hard to understand how I even managed to function at all, with so little nutrition getting into my very busy and still growing body. Sadly, college wasn't much better. I ate more often, but there were only a few things that I found truly edible from my school cafeteria. Boxed breakfast cereal with or without milk, tuna sandwiches, and pasta were the mainstays of my college diet. And while it's not something I'm proud of by any stretch of the imagination, I consumed more alcohol than anyone should. My lifestyle was beginning to take its toll, and my health really started to unravel. I hadn't felt good in years, but I didn't know any better. Now things were becoming unmanageable. I only lived away at school for a year and a half. I wasn't happy there, and my health issues needed attention. I changed schools, I moved home, and I took a part-time job as an aerobics instructor. I started cleaning up my diet and choosing more nutritious options. I was exercising regularly, and I was getting some of my health back bit by bit. But I was still addicted to processed carbohydrates like bread and pasta, and I craved sugar. I drank soda, and I couldn't get through a day without eating cookies. Seriously, it was my biggest weakness. I had many setbacks during that time, the most significant being when I slipped a disc in my jaw, and that was in my late teens. A whole new set of symptoms kicked in, and I struggled to stay functional. I was in constant pain, and I had crazy muscle spasms. I was prescribed a lot of medication, and that handled some of my symptoms, but it made some things much worse. I finally found some relief with chiropractic care and massage therapy, but I still struggled for many years. And all of this began at the young age of 14. I figured out how to be functional most of the time, but I never felt great. And then after my second son was born, my health began to decline again. I was now nearing 2 decades of significant health struggles, and I was determined to find a way out. In December of 2000, I made a commitment to find my way back to health, no matter what. I was truly happy with my life, and I wanted the ability to enjoy it to the fullest. I had a loving husband, a cozy home, and 2 beautiful little boys that needed me. And being a mom was a dream come true, and I wanted to optimize my ability to enjoy what I had waited so long for. As I found practitioners and healing modalities that helped pull my body out of the mess I was in, I realized how my lifestyle choices had contributed to my ill health. While food wasn't the only issue that needed my attention, it was a vital part of my recovery. I worked diligently to find the best quality food available to feed myself and my family. It took me years to accumulate the knowledge that I now possess to confidently navigate our complicated food system, to break free of the processed carbohydrate and sugar addictions that drove my daily choices, and to recover my taste buds so that I would crave healthy foods and develop the habits necessary to sustain all these amazing shifts. While it took me years, it doesn't have to be that way for you. I struggled to find out who was giving good advice in the sea of conflicting opinions about what is and isn't good, to find the resources that accurately teach what labels have meaning, which don't, which ingredients are okay, and which should be avoided. and all the other important things I needed to know to find the best quality foods available. I was flying by the seat of my pants, learning a little bit here, a little bit there, and implementing changes every time I learned something new. I involved my family as I went along with my healing transformation. I would share what I learned, and we'd discuss why something we were currently eating wasn't the best option. My kids were young, and they were happy to try new things, as long as they could express their opinions and keep trying until we found things that they liked. There were favorites that were hard to replace, but I just kept trying until I found options that received their approval. There are so many healthier options available now, so this would have been a far easier process if I were implementing it today. And that's just one of the reasons why it's easier for you. Why it will be easier for you than it was for me. There was a lot of trial and error involved, and I often experimented with the advice of the moment, only to discover that it wasn't a good fit for my body. While the things I was implementing were healthy and might work for some, they weren't right for me, and I had significant discomfort with a variety of options before I realized that no one way of eating works for everyone. It was a painful but extremely valuable lesson. If you think you are already eating healthy but aren't feeling the full benefits of a healthy diet, it's highly likely that you are missing some important elements. You may be eating high-quality, nutrient-dense foods, but choosing options that don't work well for your unique body. You may be miseducated about what is and isn't healthy, as there are many things hidden in our food supply that you'll never know about from reading labels at the store. And some labels have meaning, and others can be outright lies. I know that shouldn't be legal, but it's the sad truth. The goal of this video series is to introduce you to some of the issues you need to pay attention to in order to find the most nutritious foods available today, and to show you that anyone can achieve healthy eating habits. I know it's possible because I've done it. We won't cover all the necessary knowledge in this video series, but I hope you'll learn a lot. I'll do my best to fit in as much as possible without causing overwhelm or taking too much of your very valuable time. I'm sure you know that fruits and vegetables are healthier choices than sweets like cupcakes or cookies, but the knowledge we need to truly feed our bodies optimally is much more complicated than just choosing to consume broccoli instead of cake. For instance, many fruits, vegetables, and grains are sprayed with chemicals while they are growing. Some of these chemicals are synthetic fertilizers that help the plants grow, but do not provide the full range of nutrients that those plants and animals should possess if they're grown on truly healthy soil. And some of these chemicals kill weeds and bugs. While this helps ensure the survival of the plant and the food that comes from it, these chemicals become part of the plant. That means it's still there when you purchase it, and you ingest those chemicals when you consume that food. I don't know about you, but my common sense tells me that something that can kill weeds and bugs is not something that belongs on my plate or in my body. I used to think that I could just wash my produce well when I got home, and that would eliminate any potential chemical exposure from my fruits and vegetables. But chemicals are applied at various stages of growth, and they also build up in the soil. So the plant absorbs those chemicals, and it becomes incorporated into all the plant parts. Washing can help eliminate any chemical residues on the outside of your fruits and vegetables, but it will not address the chemicals that are inside. This is why I typically choose only organically grown fruits and vegetables. These chemicals are not allowed within the strict standards set up for those farmers who choose the lengthy and expensive process of organic certification. Additionally, studies show that organically grown produce has more nutrients, so you get less of the chemicals your body doesn't need and more of the nutrients that it does need. All of our bodily functions require a whole host of nutrients to run optimally. So I highly encourage you to get as many nutrients as possible in the foods that you consume. All conventionally raised, non-organic animal products can also have these types of chemical residues from the feed that the animals are given. Additionally, they contain hormones and antibiotics, and synthetic hormones from animals encourage quicker growth so that those producers can bring those animals to market faster and reduce their costs. But the synthetic hormones interfere with natural hormonal rhythms in human bodies and all the life-supporting and incredibly important functions that they support. Antibiotics in our food supply deplete the good bacteria in our gut, which is responsible for a vast array of incredibly important functions. While it's a newer field of science, the research is connecting our healthy gut bacteria to a wide range of functions in our bodies. In short, we need the good bacteria in order to enjoy full health, and avoiding antibiotics in food is a powerful step in protecting the good bugs in our gut. Choosing organic is a powerful and easy first step to upgrading the quality of the food you are consuming. Yes, it costs more, but you get more. And organic labels are one of the few labels that are legally defined and third-party regulated. So it's an important and easy choice in a complex food system that lacks transparency. While packaged, prepared, and convenience foods are quick and easy, they are often unhealthy choices, even when they appear to be healthy, because they can have ingredients in them that are problematic. Oils that can be inflammatory, genetically modified ingredients that can disrupt normal bodily functions, additives like MSG and artificial sweeteners that damage your nervous system over time, and so much more is just a partial list of the ingredients that you could be running into with those kind of foods. A lot of people think that they have to slave over a hot stove for hours or be the next cooking show star in order to plan and prepare healthy meals and snacks at home. TV shows, perfect pictures in magazines, and fancy restaurant food further deepen our fears that food preparation requires great skill and lots of time. Healthy food preparation doesn't have to be difficult. With proper planning, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. I can get a healthy meal on the table every night in about 30 minutes. And I have quicker options for when I need them, and sometimes I choose to spend longer on my meal preparation, especially at holiday times. We also have a preconceived notion that healthy food does not taste good. While it can take some time to develop a taste for healthy foods, it's because your taste buds have been intentionally hijacked by the food system. That way you'll get addicted to chemically altered foods. Once you're addicted, you'll crave those items and continue to purchase and consume them. This does little for the health of your body, but creates a lot of cash flow for the companies that make these products. You can break this destructive cycle by changing what you eat and giving your body time to adjust to healthy foods. If you pay attention to what your body is telling you, you will begin to crave healthier options and to reprogram your taste buds so that you can truly enjoy healthier foods. Your health is your most valuable asset. As a society, we spend a great deal of time planning for routine expenses and saving for retirement. But if you neglect to make your health a priority, your odds of facing a significant health challenge is very high. Prevention is far easier than recovery, and I would love to see you embrace an attitude of prevention and health maintenance instead of symptom and disease management. After all, there are many diseases that can be silent for a long time. Some people only realize they are in trouble when it's too late, and that's the last thing I want for you. You've got skills, talents, and ambitions of your own, and you can't create the life you want and deserve unless you are healthy, happy, and strong. If you had told my young adult self that I would someday eat the way I currently do, there is no way I would have believed you. It's been an incredible transformation, and I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. Most importantly, I feel better than I ever could have imagined possible, and I truly enjoy what I eat. If I hadn't made the commitment to get well and taken all the necessary steps to recover my health, I'd probably still be stuck in a state of misery. Even worse, I could have gotten to the point where my health issues became life-threatening, and it's highly possible I wouldn't even be here to share my journey with you. Your body will do its best every day to keep functioning, even when you are not doing what is required to support it, but it can't go on like that indefinitely. Most people feel like their health concerns come on quickly, but often it's a long, slow process of decline that hits an eventual breaking point before people become aware of what's happening. I'd like to see you avoid that and start considering the possibilities of what eating a truly healthy, nutrient-dense diet on a regular basis could provide for you. Imagine sleeping deeply, waking rested and with enough energy and clarity to focus deeply on the things that matter to you on any given day, and to have clear emotional reactions to connect deeply to the people and activities that you love. It's not a pipe dream. I've done it, and I've helped countless others achieve excellent personal health in my private practice since 2004. Isn't it time for you to get the health you need to live the life you deserve? You'll receive another video in a few days where I'll talk about additional ways to navigate our complex food system with greater ease. Food labels can be very deceiving, so we'll dive deep into some additional knowledge that can help you make better choices right away. I hope that I've inspired you to consider what you're eating and how it affects your health on a day-to-day basis. Armed with the right information and a commitment to find a better way, eating healthy is highly achievable. I'm here to support you every step of the way so that you can find your way much more quickly and easily than I did. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything I've covered today, and leave me a comment to share your thoughts. How did this video make you feel? What concerns you most about transitioning to healthy eating? I'm always interested in hearing what you have to say, and I'll look forward to reading your comments. And if you found this video useful, please share it on Facebook. Our food supply runs off of consumer demand. So the more people who eat healthy, the more healthy food will be available to us. If junk food isn't profitable, it won't be manufactured. Together, we can change our health and the food system. I can't wait to share more with you in a few days. Until then, head to your local grocery store and get some yummy organic food to enjoy with your next meal.